Inquire of the Lord. This is the defining difference between Joshua when they took Jericho and had a victorious outcome, and when they attempted to take Ai the first time, the next city. And it is so important, and it's something that we can learn from Joshua. So we see an interaction here in Joshua 5:13. It says, when Joshua was by Jericho, he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, a man was standing before him with his drawn sword in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, are you for us or for our adversaries? And he said, no, but I am the commander of the army of the Lord. Now I have come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped him and said to him, what does my Lord say to his servant? So first of all, we note that this angel of the Lord is actually the Lord. It is the Messiah. It is Jesus, because he accepts worship, and he instructs Joshua to remove his sandals because it is holy ground, which is really important because angels do not accept worship. So first of all, Joshua asks him a question. Are you for us or our adversaries? And note that the Lord says no. So essentially that's the wrong question, which means we can ask the wrong question. When we go to God and say, are you for me or my adversary? Are you for this choice or this choice? It very well could be the wrong question, because God is saying, no, I have come. Basically, this is my battle. Are you going to do what I'm going to tell you to do? And so that is how we approach the Lord with questions, is where are you? How do I fit into your plan? Not, are you trying to mold him into our plan, for example. So that's the first thing. But then Joshua does what the Lord says. He gives him instructions for how to take Jericho. And we know that famous story. They march around the city silently for 6 days, and then on the seventh day, they blow the trumpets, the walls fall down, they take the city, they're victorious. Now, no military commander would look at that and go, oh, that was a wonderful military strategy. That's what caused you to have a victory. Let's do that moving forwards. No, obviously that wasn't the case. It was only the Lord that granted them that. So then notice what happens next. The next city on the list is Ai, but this time Joshua says, go up and spy out the land. And the men went up and spied out Ai, and they returned to Joshua and said to him, do not have all the people go up, but let about 2,000 or 3,000 men go up and attack Ai. Do not make the whole people toil up there, for they are few. So about 3,000 men went up to Ai, and they fled before the men of Ai, and the men of Ai killed about 36 men and chased them. So all of a sudden, because of their victory over Jericho, they think, oh, okay, now we can just go and take Ai. The good news is Joshua learned his lesson. He inquired of the Lord. He got the correct instructions. And then in chapter 8, they did get victory over Ai.